Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. First leg, it's Simon to throw first. Game on!
For the last time, Whitlock beat Van Gerwen. It was in the 4th round of the 18th Players' Championship. Since then, they've met 7 times. Van Gerwen has won them all.
100.
One win for Whitlock since July of 2014. It does not bode well, Paul Nicholson.
108.
And neither does that.
What an ominous start from the world number 1. He wants to have the same kind of start that he had against Joe Cullen. And the shake of the head there, I think it's because Simon Whitlock, even though he's hitting the segments, he's getting a few that are just flapping down, which is shielding the segment for him. And there is the danger of hitting that dart
99.
and coming out of the board. So he's going to have to be very careful here if that continues. And if it does continue, you may have to use the board a bit more.
56.
Well, as often been the way with Michael Van Gerwen, he has improved round on round.
96.
Both in terms of scorelines and in terms of the averages. 6-3 against Lerschbacher, 6-1 against Bunting in the 3rd round, 6-0 against Joe Cullen.
44.
And also the averages have improved round on round as well. 103.66 the average against Joe Cullen in the quarterfinals. Only averaged 91 and a bit against Lerschbacher, the 3rd lowest average by any of Saturday's winners. But Michael Van Gerwen is a player who is more than capable of overcoming a sluggish start by his own high standards. And he's looking at double 18 for the first leg, and it's the first break as well.
Second leg is Michael to throw first.
Whitlock, if he was in any doubt at all about the size of the task that lay in front of him this evening, I don't think he was. He won't be under any illusion now.
Not at all. They've played each other a lot. And yes, Michael Van Gerwen has won a lot of them in the last few years. But they've also played each other in exhibitions and appearances. And that gives them
140.
a unique insight into how they play when the pressure's not there. Now, I remember a game between these two. It was at Etihad Stadium in Melbourne. I was doing an exhibition. I was there with Simon and Michael and Andy Hamilton. We were playing outside with the roof over the stadium.
96.
The stadium had been cut in half by black curtains. And the crowd covered half of a cricket pitch. Quite a good crowd. These two guys
140.
contested the final because we had 4 professionals and 4 qualifiers from the Victoria area.
95. Simon,
it was very difficult to play in those conditions, and both guys, with Michael winning the final, both guys averaged over 100, which was extremely impressive.
105. Michael Maguire, 111.
Well, I don't think Michael's going to go for the bull here.
And that would have been a very impressive finish for Whitlock had he pulled that one out of the bag. Double 16.
Game shot on the second leg. Boom. Michael Van Gerwen.
Is the cry from
Third leg
Michael
is
Van
Simon to
Gerwen.
throw first. Game on.
That clearly meant a lot.
I think he's just trying to tell Simon that he wants to beat him really badly. But that walks Simon up.
177.
I love it when these two guys go toe-to-toe. This could get very, very tasty.
140.
The unmistakable figure of Simon Whitlock finds himself 2-0 down.
$98. $100.
What I should mention as well about that Etihad Stadium exhibition is that these two guys have both got experience of playing in Dubai.
140.
So playing outside was not alien to them. That's probably why they were in the final. And playing so well in that final.
55. Simon, you require
Funny enough,
86.
that week, Michael Van Gerwen took the World Championship trophy onto stage on a motorbike.
He's got it.
78.
That was one way to leave double four.
121.
But
Simon, you require 8.
not sure why he went that way, but he's got the double. And he's hit the double.
On the third leg, Simon Whitlock. Fourth leg is Michael to throw first. Game on.
Is it any wonder that Keegan Brown has done a lot of practicing with Simon Whitlock over the last few years?
180.
And they both go for very odd shots, but there's nothing odd about that from Van Gerwen.
Yeah, Van Gerwen, you were talking about
78.
clearing the roof at the Etihad. Van Gerwen capable of raising the roof here despite playing against a backdrop of
134.
an abundance of German fans who have been more than happy to remind him that Holland aren't going to the World Cup in Russia next summer, but Michael Van Gerwen doesn't care about that right now.
46.
He is letting his darts do the talking here, and the crowd are acknowledging what a class act he is on the dartboard.
136.
And he's well in control of this one as well. Look at that, 326 between them. This will eat into it though.
139. Michael Uruguay, 51.
Well, this game is speeding up a bit, and that'll suit Van Gerwen. Double 16, no problem.
Game shot on the fourth leg.
51.
Michael Van Gerwen.
Two dart
Good leg is
combination
Simon to throw
again for
first.
Michael
Game
Van
on.
Gerwen. 3-1 he leads. An 11 dart leg. And it's all going
97.
swimmingly for the world #1, Michael Van Gerwen.
You know that song that they sing about Peter Wright, the Du hast die Haare schön?
180.
You've got beautiful hair. Well, they weren't singing about Michael, I know that. They actually started singing that for Simon Whitlock, not for Peter.
95.
Because of the ponytail and
Everything else that goes with it.
Indeed. He's always been
57.
popular in Germany, Simon. At World Cups and different European Tour events. Not just because of his personality and his ability, but he did have a German
61.
girlfriend, of course, and I think that did help his popularity for a while. Van Gerwen doesn't want to be popular in Camp Whitlock tonight. He wants to destroy him.
140.
113.4 the average at the moment from Michael Van Gerwen. Whitlock's isn't too shabby either.
140. Michael Uruguay, 124.
60. Treble 18 will leave the ball. It's the ball. It is the ball.
On the fifth leg.
Had a funny feeling he was going to hit that.
As soon as
Same
he
leg
hit
as
that
Michael
treble
to throw
18, I
first.
knew that was a fait
Game on.
accompli. I really did, because when he's in the mood, Michael Van Gerwen can just turn it on just like that. He really can, and he's turning it on here as well as he kicks off the sixth leg with a 180. It's the 180th 180 of the weekend, and it's fitting that it goes to Michael Van Gerwen.
140.
All we're missing now, Paul Nicholson, is that holy grail, the 9-darter on the European Tour. And Michael Van Gerwen is closing in on it. He is 6 perfect darts down, 3 to go.
Come on, Michael. There's not many darts left in this season on the European Tour.
180.
The curse of Ross Smith is alive.
And he's got the treble 19 out of the way, but it doesn't matter that it's out of the way because he can't find the treble 20.
102.
But guess what? He's on course for another 11 dart leg. And the average is frighteningly high. Frightening. It could well be something special.
59. Michael Uruguay, 42.
Just a shade under 120 at the moment. Double 16 again. Well, there's a surprise.
Game shot on the sixth
But
leg.
no surprise
Michael
that he
Van Gerwen.
finds double 8
So
as
leg
his
is
backup
Simon to
plan.
throw first.
Absolutely
Game on.
deafening in here. Record crowd for a German European Tour event today in this evening session. 2 12-dart legs back-to-back, the 11-dart leg as well.
140.
And Whitlock just cannot breathe at the moment.
Let's put that in perspective, shall we? The last 3 legs he's won in 35
85.
darts. Now, the old county darts format for the men and the ladies, best of 5 legs.
134.
If someone had won a game in a county game with 35 darts, they'd be talking about it for the next 50 years.
125.
Well, I'm pretty sure we'll be talking about Michael Van Gerwen for many years to come, irrespective of what he does in the next 10, 15 years of his
57.
career. Even if he were to call it a day by the age of 40 or whatever he's got planned, we don't know. But we are looking at one of the greatest players
84. Simon, you require 170.
in any sport. A man who is totally dominant, despite relinquishing titles at the World Grand Prix and the World Match Play. He's by
80.
far and away the best player on the planet, and he's underlining exactly why right here, right now.
Yes, he is. And he doesn't want to lose this leg,
57.
but he may well do.
Simon, you require 90.
Simon's had a bit of bad fortune in this match with a couple of bounce outs, a couple of bad deflections. But right now, he went for the bull there. That'll lose 88. No,
38.
he's not going to do this, is he?
150.
Never rule it out, Paul.
I'm not surprised, actually.
70.
Well,
Simon,
he's
you
chipped
require
70 off.
52.
And,
Well, Simon can't say anything. He tried it earlier in the week.
and Van Gerwen did pull off the Bull 19 Bull finish, didn't he, earlier this weekend in that win over
12.
Lerschbacher yesterday.
Michael, you require 80.
So 80 for the match for Michael Van Gerwen. One more of those. That's an excellent mark of a tops. And for a 6-1
Game
win,
shot. And the match.
Rob Cross a
Michael Van
6-1
Gerwen.
winner in his semi-final. Michael Van Gerwen a 6-1 winner in his semi-final.